Welcome everyone. My name is Lee Won Xiang from Utah. I'm also the KLESF Secretariat. Welcome to today's workshop, Creating Interactive Charts in Excel. Thank you for taking your time out and being here today. If you get disconnected, please join back using the link. If you have any question or any issue in these themes, please leave your question at the chat box. Okay. So Mr. Looi has uploaded the workshop slide and the Excel file at the part of the files. You may download it. I also just sent the material by email just now. You also can download from your email if you are unable to find the file here. Okay, so now I will talk about the workshop descriptions. Okay, this workshop aims to provide analytic skills in interactive graphics to enhance participants' Excel problem-solving abilities. Business analytics is a skill in analyzing raw data and turning that information to actionable knowledge. Interactive charts are ideal mechanisms for delivering this targeted information in a graphical, user-friendly form. Now, I would like to introduce our instructor today, Mr. Looi. Mr. Looi is currently a lecturer at the Department of Physical and Mathematics Science, Faculty of Science, University Tunku Abdul Rahman, Utah. He analytics workshop, including big data analytics, dashboard design, advanced techniques in Microsoft Excel for various industries. Okay, so now without further ado, we will turn the time over to Mr. Looi. Welcome, Mr. Looi.
Line test 1, 2. Right. Thank you, Wen Xiang, for the wonderful introductions. Right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues and students. It's a great pleasure to have you here today. I'm Xing Yan, your facilitator for this workshop, creating interactive chart using Microsoft Excel. All right. So without further ado, so I will my camera and then I share my screen here. Okay, slide check. So can you see my slide?
Yes, we can see.
Yes, thank you so much. All right. So this is the creating interactive charts using Excel. Yeah. Okay. So before we start, can you kindly just click the link, okay, and answer? There will be questions in this Menti, so that I can have an overview of the participant backgrounds. Yeah. So you can go visit to this link, then you enter this code, or you can access using QR code as well, right? Okay, and actually I posted the links earlier. Copy again, then so that you can see here. Okay, so yeah, you can also get this slide from the Microsoft team, yeah, under files. Okay, so before I go to the backgrounds, yeah, so this is a virtual workshop. So we're going to have 1 hour hands-on sections, right? So which means we're going to do it together. Okay, so you may download the KLESF demo from the Microsoft team, as Wen Xiang mentioned just now. Okay, so you're going to have 1 or 2 minutes to answer the questions and then get your file ready. Yeah? So once you get this file, KLESF demo, so you can just open it, then have a look on it. Okay. So currently I have about, how many I have? I have about 140 respondents. So yeah, majority of the participants today is is a beginners or is an intermediate user, right? So, and we have about 10 participants here actually are intensive user. Okay, so thank you so much for your feedback. Okay, all right. Okay, so I wish you get your Excel file ready. Yeah? Okay, so like here, if you get your Excel file so that I can do some checking. Okay, so thank you for your response. So if you on your Excel file, so there should be 3 worksheets in this file, right? So the first worksheet is demo, okay, which you have a table, and if you go to the last worksheet, you see there's a chart here, right? So at this, I mean in this cell D3, right? So you can click on this cursor. You can click, then you have a drop-down list. So there are some choices here. You can choose apple, you can choose banana, and so on. Right. Now the interesting part is when you change your options, you found that the graph actually are changing, right? Okay. You find your graph are changing. Okay. And also you notice that this label, yeah, this label and also the the value here is changed accordingly, right? So if I have children, then you see this column is highlighted, then you have the respective unit price and the sales volume as well. Okay, so this is our learning outcome today. Right. So in this hour, we're going to do this. Okay, which means at the end of the workshop, you should be able to build an interactive chart. I mean, in this way. Okay. Right. You can have a look in your second worksheet, booking sheet. So you can just kindly click in. Okay. This part, you can see all the working tables and the working labels are here, right? So suppose the working sheet and also the dynamic chart is for your reference, right? This is for your reference. Now, in case you lost track in the middle, I guess I should have about let me see how many participants here. Oh, I have 237. Okay, in case if you lost track in the middle of the workshop, all right, I worry I might not able to answer the questions because yeah, okay, because of the time constraint. So what you can do is you can refer to this worksheet and then you can copy the cell and paste accordingly. All right, so I get ready for so-called the solution or the template for you, right, for your reference. Okay, right. Um, Okay, now go back to the slide. So, what do we need in order to build this chart, right? Interactive chart. So that it should be quite not that difficult. 4 items, column chart, and also some Excel functions like data verification, if functions, VLOOKUP, yeah, this 4. Okay, and again, in this slide, uh, I include all the steps. In case, again, in the middle of the workshop, if you lost track, so you can go to the slide and check on the step. Okay. Okay. So should not be any other questions, right? Okay. So if no other questions, so we're going to start. Yeah. Okay. So you should get your Excel file ready. Okay. In the first worksheet. Okay. So before we start, let's have a look on the table that we have here. All right, so suppose you are selling some products. Okay, you're selling some products. So this is your monthly revenue report, and you have 6 products here. Okay, so you have your apple, banana, cherry, durians, eggplants, and the forest strawberry. and this is your first column. And in your second column is the revenue. Third column is the unit price. Okay, say unit price per kilograms. And the last column, you have the sales volume. Yeah. Okay, so a very simple table for you have 6 observations with 4 columns. Okay, so suppose now you plan to visualize your revenue by product. Okay? You plan to visualize your revenue by product. So we try to get a chart, right, so that we can visualize the revenue. Okay, so what are you going to do is this cell, sorry, we'll copy these 2 columns. Okay, copy, and you paste here under B16. Yeah, just copy and paste. Yeah. Okay, so to label it, I call this as my working table. Yeah. So what I did just now is I copy this part, I copy and I paste here. Right. Okay, so we're going to start our first item, the column chart, or sometimes we call it a bar chart. So we would like to get a column chart for this item. So first step, you highlight your data. Okay, highlight your data. Then you go to insert, highlight your data, go to insert, and you see there are some charts here. Under charts, you select this cluster column. So this is the chart you have. And okay, so for those who lost track, again, the steps are here. Select your table, insert column and bar chart, select 2D cluster column, right? So it's your reference. Okay, so I repeat the step, yeah. I select this column, these 2 columns, then I go to insert, and I go to insert column and bar chart. Select this. Okay, we have a first question here. Is the interactive chart transferable to the presentations like PowerPoint? If you transfer to PowerPoint, then you might not be interactive, right? I'll show you why later. Okay, thank you. When you transfer the chart to the slide, then it's going to be static. Okay. Okay, so let's have a look on the chart. So this is about the revenue by products here. So in the short, and I mean your first glance, you found that children actually is your so-called most profitable. It's not really profitable, but which generate the most revenue, right? The product that generate the most revenue, yeah. Okay, so this is how we get the bar chart, yeah, or the column chart. Okay, we're going to utilize it later, yeah. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this one, yeah. Delete. Okay, and we will move on to the second function, the data validation. Okay, data validation. Okay, so Okay, so in the cell of K2, under the cell of K2, you just type the word choose. So later on, we're going to build our interactive chart here. Slightly different from the solutions or the template I provide. Okay, suppose I make my chart and so-called the data is in the separate worksheet. I'm making it in this way because this is a kind of standard procedure because this worksheet act as a database, right? And this is the user interface. Okay, but for the demo, for the demonstrations, we try to put everything in one worksheet so that you can roughly see how is the process of it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I put it here. I changed the cell to I2. I changed the cell to I2. So type the choose in I2. Okay, and under J2, this cell, so I would like to allow the user to choose some specific entry, namely the fruits and the vegetables. Okay, so what can I do is I go to data, then you choose data validation. Okay, so under data tab, you choose data validation and you click in, then you should get this Windows or interface. Okay, so if you are here, under this validation criteria, which the default is allow any value, so we're going to choose list. We're going to choose list, and my source, I select the fruits and veggies name. Okay, if you have done, you click OK. So you should see there is a small the arrow label on your right side. If you click it, then you shall see these 6 options. If you're seeing this, which means you are in the right path. Okay, so you can select it accordingly. Yeah. Okay, so let me repeat the step. Yeah. Okay. Choosing the fruit and vegetables, correct. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to repeat my step. Yeah. So clear this one. Okay, so how can you create this specific entry for the user? Under data validation, data validation, you allow list. The source you select, you just highlight, right? You select the vegetables and the fruits names. So basically, it's from B17 to B22, and you click OK. I guess everyone are doing it, so that's only for me to check. Yeah. So far still good, yeah? Yes, you can select the fruits and the vegetables. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Muhammad Faisal. Yeah. Thank you for your feedback. You can follow up. Okay, so we proceed to the next part, next step, yeah? Right. So the next step, we're going to illustrate the functions. We're going to illustrate the if function. Okay. If you don't have, I just let you know, I'm going to do the if functions. Yeah. So the if functions here, basically is allow the user to enter so-called a logical test, and the outcomes it will be true or false. All right. So the argument, the functions is in this way, right? So the if functions, there will be three arguments. First is your logical test. It can be whether certain value is greater than, whether this cell is greater than this value, or whether it's equal, and so on. For example, if you want to check if the student's score is more than 50, so return pass, else fail. Okay, some sort like this. Okay, so we're gonna do this, yeah. You can do this. Okay, so let's say we're going to create a new column. Yes, if the sales is more than 50, is more than 100. Okay. Yes, if the sales is more than 100. So we expect there will be a yes here, no, no, yes, no. Okay, but we're not going to do it manually. We're going to utilize a function. So you type equal. Okay, under this cell F5, you type equal if, open bracket. Okay, so I point to this cell E5. E5. I say greater than 100, and your quotation mark, say yes, else I say no. Okay. So in F5, you key in equal, then followed by if, open bracket, E5 greater than 100, comma, quotation mark, yes, comma, quotation mark, no, close bracket. Right. So these functions actually is allow you to check. Let's say, suppose you want to know. Say you have a lot of products, right? So you want to know which particular type of products actually will generate a sales more than 100 per month. Okay. So you can just utilize these functions, and Excel will return the so-called the result for you. Okay. So if you're done, press enter. So you got a yes here. You have a yes. All right. To copy this cell or the entire, I mean, you want to copy in these 5 cells, right? You can copy and then you paste here. Just Control C, Control V, right? And by the way, you should have another shortcut. And as you see, there is a small dot on the. You see, there's a small dot in this cell here, this rectangular. There's a small dot on your right bottom. You point here, you double click. So the functions will be copied accordingly. Okay, so I'm going to repeat this step, yeah. Okay, but before I repeat, so just check like if you complete if function. Hey, we saw there's is it we have a Jin is raising hand, yeah. Okay, you can raise you can left your okay. Okay, well, I've done 25 done, huh? Okay. So just let me go through it again. No? So under this F5 equal if then the logical this E5 is greater than 100, then you have a yes, you have a no. Okay, can I know how to make the row of food sandwich to be automatically colors when we type some things at the new columns in this? Can we know how to make the row of fruits and vegetables can be automatically color when we type some things at the new columns at the same row? Oh, okay. Sushen, you can do that by making the table. Okay, I put it this way. In Excel, actually allow you to select the so-called table into a table format. Uh, Perhaps later we have times I show you, but I try not to disturb the pace of the chart first. Yeah, okay. I keep your answer first. I keep your question first. Okay, thank you, Hushan. Okay, so everyone done the if functions, yeah. Okay, right. Okay. Let's say I want to change my functions, right? So suppose I would like the outcome to be yes, if the cells is greater than 100, and no become an empty cell. All right. So what I can do is, okay, I read the questions. I would like to have the outcome cells greater than 100, output yes. If not, then just left blank. So I can just delete this no. Delete this no. Okay, then you double click. Okay, so you can see the output is blank. Is written is a so-called white space here. Okay. Okay. Let me try one more. Yeah. So let's say I want to show values. Shows the sales what? Shows the sales. If the sales is greater than, how do we modify the function? Yeah. Right. So take about 1 minute. So the idea is like I wish to have a 128 here, the output, 112 here, empty cell, and a 164 here, right? I wish this is my output. Okay, so what can I do is, again, if function, if this value is greater than 100, right? Value if true, return to this value, E5, comma, quotation marks, close bracket. Everyone's still okay, right? Okay, so I double click. Okay, so it returns those value with more than hundreds. Yeah. Okay. So with these short demonstrations, I guess you roughly knows what is the functions or how actually if functions are working. Okay. So can we move on? Yeah. Okay. So we move on. Right. You can delete this one. Okay. We not really need this. Okay. You can delete this. You left it also doesn't matter. Okay, so now we have three things in our hand. We have a bar chart, data validations, and also the what I call it the if functions. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to make our chart. Yeah. So before I make my chart, okay, what I'm going to do is go to the table. So now I'm going to make a column chart, right? By copy this column here. You just copy and paste, right? You can change this one to highlight. Just uh, copy and paste. Okay, if you have done this, so I'm going to draw a column chart. So I select the data, go to insert chart, this 2D cluster column. Okay, then you should have a chart look like this way. Okay, okay. So let me just like if you get your column charts again. Okay. Okay, good. We have these participants, 33. Let me see how many participants I have. 266. All right, okay. All right. Okay, so thank you. I have roughly 50 participants can done now. Right. For those who get stuck, I repeat, highlight my data, insert, then the 2D cluster column. Insert a 2D cluster column. Okay, right. So now, so I mean, so we're aware that this chart is actually associated with this table, right? So if I delete these items, so you will see the column actually will the blue colors. I mean, sorry, not the blue color, but orange colors actually will disappear because it's empty cell, right? It's zero. Okay. If you delete this one, then you see this is what happening, right? So now put in this way, so I want to make things dynamic. So what if I have a function, right? So when I select banana here, it's going to be a 672 here, right? And if I select, say if I select eggplant, I'm going to have a 820 here. So this will associate this label, right? This cells is linked to this chart. Yeah. So that's what we call interactive, which allow user to choose their preference. Okay, so how can we do this? How can we do this? Yes, correct. You are utilizing your if function. Okay. So the functions is going to be if, right? If this cell, if this cell is equal to this preference, this choice, all right? Okay, now the J2 here, so you may kindly press your Shift F4. Right. Okay. Now, in short, is you're going to put what we call it the dollar sign in the yeah the dollar sign in front of J and the dollar sign in front of 2. Okay. The shortcut it should be Shift F4. You can't do that. You can just type column sign one by one. The reasons we type the column the dollar sign is to fix the cell. Yeah, is to fix the cell. Okay. Then comma. The value is true. So if this cell equal to this cell, I want to return the revenue. Else, I want it to be empty cell. Yeah. Bigger. Okay. So else you actually can copy and paste the functions, right? If your the cell locations are exactly like what like the demo here, then you can just copy and paste. If your cell is in K2 or L2, then you can't do that. Right? Okay, now if you've done this, okay, you can copy the function into the entire cells. You can copy and paste. Else, you can take this dot yeah, double click, right? Okay, you can control, you can copy, and then you paste, Control V, paste it. Oh, no, I can't do that. Sorry, I can't do that because I paste in this way. Okay, Control C, Control V, yeah. Or else you can just click this dot. Right, then you can check whether it's working or not. Yeah, it's working. So you almost get your dynamic check done. So, like if you get uh, not complete. So until this step, everyone okay? Okay. I guess I repeat, yeah. Thank you, Dr. Chang. Cannot lock the column. Lock the column, you means put the dollar signs, right? Yeah, yeah, I can repeat. Yeah, sure. Okay, so let me do it again. So it's equal if logical test, this cell B17 is equal to this cell, right? Okay, this one equal to this one. To log it, suppose you put dollar sign, right? You find, I mean, in your keyboard, the dollar sign, type one by one, right? Okay, that the dollar sign in front of J, in front of 2. This is to log the cell, right? Okay, or the shortcut key should be Shift F4. So you log it, and I wish the outcome to be the revenue, else it will be an empty cell. So you just put the quotation mark, which means nothing in the quotation mark is a white, it's an empty cell. It's a white space. Okay, those who have complete the dynamic chart, you can like the comment there so that I roughly know how many of you are actually do how many of the participants actually are completed. Okay. Oh, thank you. Okay. So formula but it's not working. I use the formula but it's not working. Shift F4 not working. Okay, if Shift F4 not working, then just F4, right? Okay, I'm not sure the setting of the keyboard. My setting is I need to press Shift F4. Thank you, Nuro. Just F4. Some FN F4. Right. To make things easier, you can just type dollar sign. Right. Type dollar sign. Yeah. Thank you for your comments. Excel said there is a problem with the there is a problems with the formula. Yeah, do you mind to just print screen your message then pops in the put in the meeting? I mean, put in the meeting chat so I can have a look on that. Okay, so yeah, quite a lot done already. Yeah? Okay, continue on. Okay, so right. Okay, now the next step I'm going to do is I try to make this column overlapping with this the blue color, the blue column, right? So it create the effect like highlighting. Okay, it create the effect like highlighting. Right. So what I'm going to do is okay, the step here, I'm going to click on this and then right click, select format data series. So you click on the bar, select, you click right click, format data series. You click on this, then this is what you have. This should be your interface. Yeah. Okay. So for those who lost track, the step are here. The step are here. You right click, format data series, and then you're just going to change the value here to be 100 and 100. Let me see switching problems. Yeah. Oh. Okay, I can't really check that. Thank you. Okay. Right. So I changed the series overlap to 100. Change the series overlap to 100. Okay, so it means the bar actually is 100% overlapping. Okay. So let's try to operate the chart. Okay, so choose banana, choose apple, right? So you see the bar that you selected is so-called being highlighted. Yeah. Okay. So I repeat how actually we can do that. So format data series. Under series overlap, you choose 100. Okay, which makes the things 100% overlapping. And the gap here, you can make it 100 so that you have a wider bar. Okay, it's like nicer. Oh, Mr. Mock, there is a space in front of the equal. Yeah, Sushin, kindly check Mr. Mock comments. Maybe there's a space in front of the equal. So thank you, Mr. Mock. My dear colleagues. Okay. Okay. Can we proceed? Yeah. Okay. So right. So now before we move on to the this label, yeah. Before we move on to this label, okay. You see this label. That let's do some configurations on the chart, right? So this is not that important, yeah. Just make the things nicer. Okay. So you can delete this one. Then you can like put it in, change the title into revenue, okay, in RM so that people know what you're talking about. Okay, if you don't like the color, then you can change it to like so to change the color, point to the bar, right click. Okay, you see this one. So I select this. Okay, you select any color you like. Okay. Um, anyway, to select the color, because the bar is overlapping, right? So I need to separate it again so that I can change the color. No, this one, yeah, okay. I separate it because I need to know which color I'm changing, right? So after you've done this one, you can just go back to format data series, then you change back to 100. Okay, so yeah, just do some formattings. Okay, so if you run some formattings. Okay, so next step, I want to create a dynamic text label. Dynamic text label. So let's drag this graph down a bit. Let's drag this graph down a bit. Okay, so under which cell, yeah? Right. So under this J6, right? J7. Okay, J7. Okay. So your I7, you kindly type unit price. Okay, you calculate that unit price, I7. Right, I wish to have a function which when the user choose cherry, then this cell will return the price as $18. Okay. And if the user change to Apple, the unit price will be 8. Okay, so the VLOOKUP functions allow us to do that, right? Suppose VLOOKUP functions is to find a value in a long list according to the conditions or to the criteria that you set. Okay, so if everyone ready, J7, put equal sign. So we're going to start our VLOOKUP function. Cannot, let me do this smaller bit, else later. Okay, equal VLOOKUP VLOOKUP open bracket. There are four arguments four arguments that we should key in. First, the lookup value. I want to check for this. So J2, comma, and you will notice that the arguments it moved to the second argument, right? Table array. So where is my table? This is my table array. Select your table. The column index number um, in my table, this is the first column, second column, third column. So I wish the third columns as my output, so put a 3 here. And in this case, we choose the exact match. Close bracket, enter. Right. So okay, so you can check whether it's working. It's working, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to copy this cell, yeah, into the chat box. And if any of you still blur, yeah, you can refer to this slide, yeah. Refer to this slide. You just start accordingly, yeah. Okay, not worry, yeah. For those who can't follow, I'm going to repeat again. So, like if you complete the VLOOKUP function. Okay, thank you. Okay, so let me repeat. Equal. So VLOOKUP, open bracket, lookup value, okay, is the choice. The table, this is my reference, the reference table. Okay. What's the formula for J2? J2 do not have any formula. J2 is your data validation. Okay, so the column index 3, and that is a false here. All okay? Okay, some further discussion. Now, if you're already using utilize this function, yeah, suppose the J2, normally we put dollar sign to fix it, right? Because we would not, I mean, we do not want the lookup value to move accordingly. And this table, and these tables we also we will put F4 as well to fix it, right? The table will fix it, but I mean the J2, the lookup value, sometimes it depends on your the things that you want to do, yeah. Okay, so sometimes you may want to fix it, sometimes you may not want. And this is the outcome tree, the outcome columns, and the false here is indicating the exact match, which means when the lookup value is exactly I mean, find some value from this table, children, match, then it will return the value of 38, right? There will be a choice of true, but it's not under discussions today. The true suppose is an approximations match. Okay, for example, uh, uh, 80 to 100 is A, 60 to 79 is B, something like that. And some informations on VLOOKUP. Okay, so everyone done now? Everyone done then yes, we almost complete, yeah? Okay. Um right. One more. So there is a text box, yeah? So I want to have a text box here, okay, which shows the items, which shows the item. So I go insert text box here. You draw a horizontal text box, okay, somewhere here, okay. Then you place your cursor under the formula bar equal to J2. Enter. All right. Okay. Let's try see whether it's working or not. It's working, yeah. Okay. So apple, yeah, it's working. Cherry is working. Durian working. I repeat, the dynamic label. So I click insert text box, right? Place it somewhere here. And then go to the formula bar, put equal, tap equal, and click J2. So you will see equal to J2 dollar sign. It will automatically pops up, right? Which means this text box is referred to the J2. Okay, so this is your durian unit price, right? You can make this this bigger, right? If you want. Okay. Okay, we almost complete, yeah. Um, last step I'm going to do is I'm going to make the chart, the background of the chart transparent. Okay, to make the chart transparent, the background. So what I can do is you go to the select the chart, format chart area, fill, then you select no fill. Not ready, yeah? I'm going to redo it. Okay. So how do I make the chart area transparent? So this background, you select your chart, right click, format chart area, then from automatic you select no fill. Okay, so we complete uh, our first, our interactive chart, right? So you can play this around, bananas, apples, check it's working. Okay, let me check, is there any comments here? Okay, so we complete our task today, right? We complete our task today. So before the Q&A, yeah, so let me revise on what we have did, the functions we have done. So we have the column chart data orientations, which allow the user to select the specific entries, the if functions, the VLOOKUP functions, right? And also some configurations of the chart. Okay, so to make the effect of dynamics. Okay, and all the steps are here, right? So it's in case you forget and for your own reference. Okay, so to answer Kawai, I can't select J2 in the added text box. Kawai, I guess what you need to do is text box, right? You place a text box here. You need to place your cursor to the formula bar. You need to place your cursor to the formula bar, put equal, then you need to type equal first, then click on this. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Wong. Okay, how to bold the words unit price? How to make the words? Okay. You point here, you point to the cell, then you just format Control B. Okay, you can put Control B. So Unchan, right? I guess it's a colleague. Should be our colleague. So how to bold the words? Okay, you point to the cell, then you click on this one, Control B. Okay. So um, should I pass back to Wen Xiang's, or I will continue the Q&A?
You can continue the Q&A.
I continue the Q&A. Yeah. Okay. Right. How to fix a text box in a cell? What do you mean by fix? Yeah, Qing Yi. Can you be more specific? Can you be more specific? Uh, the step is like insert, then text box, draw, then you have a text box, equal, then place this one, enter, a equal, key in this one, enter. Right. Yeah, by the way, I guess Wen Xiang will, or the KLESF secretariat will place the video on YouTube. Okay, when they get ready. So for those who want to to have a review on the workshops, you can always watch back. You can visit to the YouTube and then get the video accordingly. Or under the Microsoft team, the video is recorded as well, so you can check it accordingly. Yeah, we have Dr. Yap here. What is the tree and the force mean? The tree is the output of the tree is the output of the tree is the output, right? So Dr. Yap, actually you can change to true. You can change to okay, let's say I change to 4. I can change to 4. So the 4 it will be This one, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 will refer to the columns, right? The sales volume. So this is a sales volume. Okay. The false is referred to the exactly match. Exactly match which means that the lookup value is exactly same with the items in your referral table. So I guess I answered Dr. Yap's questions, yeah? Okay, Su Hong, thank you for sharing. I did the reference code my works, and sometimes the chart change if I change the list. Thanks for sharing. I did the data rotations for my work and copy the chart in PowerPoint slide. And sometimes the chart change if I change the list in Excel and sometimes not. I suggest if you want to transfer the chart to PowerPoint, you copy. When you copy the chart, you paste in your PowerPoint. When you paste, that is an option. You paste as picture. You paste it as a picture, so that whatever you change in the Excel, it won't create any modifications in your PowerPoint. Okay, so this is to answer Su Hong. What I mean was fixing the text in the cells, or like what? What I mean was fixing the text in, or like when I add in a picture, how to make it fix up. Welcome. Uh, how to fix up? How to fix is like you drag up, you drag. Okay. Yeah. Okay. If your box is too small, yeah, you see you can't see the forest. You point to the text box, and then you drag up. Then you see the strawberry. Okay. Any more questions? I wish you enjoy the this workshop, right? Okay. By the way, uh, before that, can you kindly just um, can you kindly just right, right? You can click on this link, okay, so that you can fill in some comments. It's not really comments, just tell me what do you like today, sir. Okay, so that I can have some feedback. Yeah. Don't leave first. Later on, I need to pass back to Wen Xiang. I guess he have some survey links to pass to the participants. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Someone enjoyed it. Can give tips for final. I didn't teach you final. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the kind words. By the way, this is a menti.com. I like this it's not really open source. If the free versions only allow 2 slides, right? I found it's interactive. Okay, so I complete the Q&A. So I should pass back to Wen Xiang. Yeah. So Wen Xiang.
Yep. Thank you,
Oh,
Mr. Looi.
thank you, Wen Xiang.
I just posted the feedback form link in the chat. Okay, we appreciate if you can help us to fill up the form so that we can improve. Okay, before we end the workshop, I would like to promote about our KLESF competition and eKLESF. One moment, I share the slide.
Hello, Wenxiang. Hello, Wenxiang. I guess you mute your mic.
I see. Okay, sorry. Okay, I repeat again, sorry. Okay, is everything okay now? Can see the slide and hear my voice, right?
Yeah, Wenxiang. Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, sorry, so I start again. Okay, so every year we will have the physical event, KLESF the fair, and then one of the competition for student is KLESF International Challenge 2020. So this year 2020, so although we cannot have the physical event, but we will have the competition by video submission. Then this is our poster. The competition is open for primary and secondary school students. And then this year the project themes are Sustainable Development Goal 3, and another is Goal 11. So you can go to our website www.klesf.net and then go to the international challenge part from here, the tab 2020, and then to the international challenge 2020 here. So this is the screenshot of the website. Previously, the deadline for submission is 15 November. Now we have extended it to 30th November 2020, Monday, 11:59 p.m. So now I would like to brief about the competition. Okay, there are two categories, one for primary, another for secondary school student. Then the project teams, Goal 3, Good Health and Well-being. Another is Goal 11, Sustainable City and Communities. So these are the assessment criteria, and then the competition rubrics are also available at the website. Okay, so no fee will be charged for the competition, and then the maximum is 3 students per team. No limit to the number of teams from each school, and then the competition will be by video submission. So here I repeat the deadline. We have extended to 30th November 2020, Monday, 11:59 p.m. And we will make the official announcement at the website and Facebook soon. Okay, then the winner's announcement is on 20th December 2020 at 10 a.m. This is we will announce this during our EKLESF. Okay, so if you have any question, you can email to us, Puan Azura, Puan Marian, and me, I'm Wenxiang. And then because currently we are working from home, so we may not able to answer your phone call. So if you have any question, you can drop us email. Okay. This is the EKLESF. Just now I mentioned, we will be having EKLESF from 12th to 20th December 2020. Okay, we will have activities like workshops, webinar, and quizzes, and so on. So now we are planning the event now, and we will be releasing the info soon. So stay tuned. Okay. So okay, another is please help us to like our Facebook page, Kuala Lumpur Engineering Science Fair KLESF. Okay. Okay, that's all. Okay, that's all about the promotion for KLESF. Also, I would like to repeat, kindly help us to fill up the feedback form. And then if you have any question, you can drop us an email. If you want to ask about the Excel, so you can drop us message or email also. Then I will pass it to Mr. Looi to answer your question also. Okay. So anyone, do you still have any question to ask? Okay. And I will leave this Teams for 5 minutes first. If you have any question, you can still drop your question. Sorry. Sorry, Tan Sin TY. Please paste the email. Which email are you asking? The KLESF email, is it? Okay. The KLESF email is info@klesf.net. I'm typing at the chat box also. Okay, this is our email. This is the general email. Okay. Okay, thank you everyone for your